Hey, what's up? Looks like we're doing another video today. And today we're gonna do legs. Honestly, it's probably the shittiest, the most intense workout that you're ever gonna have in the gym. If you're not sweating by the end of leg day, you fucking wasted your day. Legs is just that one exercise, or just that one muscle group that just really fucks up your day, honestly. So today, we're gonna start with the leg extensions. It's this shit right here. You know, where you do your leg like that. It's a really good warm-up for your knees. If you have bad knees, you might be really limited in what you can do on legs. So try to work around. Like if you're doing something and it hurts, just work around it. What's really important also is your seat adjustment. All right, so usually your knee joint wants to be level where, let me lower the weight, level with the axis of where the machine moves. If your seat is too high, your knee's gonna be like up here, and that's gonna put more tension on your knee, and it's not gonna give you a full contraction on your quad. If your seat is too far back, that means your shit is gonna be like fucking, you can't even do it. So if your seat is too back, your knees are gonna be behind the line of axis. And also, same thing, you're gonna put more tension on your knee and less tension on your quad. And that's not cool. And then the knee pad, you want right about this range on your ankle. If it's too high, you won't get a complete contraction on your quad. Like the optimal contraction zone is right here, in this area. Like this is perfect for my height. My knees are level with the axis of rotation. The pad is right in the area that I want it. And that's it. Seats not too far back. So when you come up, it's just a smooth movement. When you come back down, you don't want to I've said this in all my videos. You don't want jerky movements, you just want smooth movements. If the weight is too high for you to do a smooth movement, fucking lower it. Or don't and get injured. Whatever you want to do. So that's it. Because this is like a really good isolation exercise, you want to do some higher reps, let's say probably around 15. And you want to make sure at the top, you're really contracting your quads. Because a lot of people will do this. They'll just kind of do this. Doing this, you do have stimulation in this muscle, but it's not 100%. It's not what's the word? I'm too swollen, fucking stupid. It's not optimal. And so at the top, you want to really squeeze your quads. You don't want to go super heavy on this exercise because you might injure your knee, even if your adjustments are correct. It's a really good isolation exercise. It's a really good exercise to start your workout, to warm up. And it's a really good exercise to finish your workout as a burnout, because it really just targets this, and that's it. I'm burping up my Spartan Wrath pre-workout. You also want to really warm up your hamstrings. I'm gonna be like everyone on YouTube and just really use my hands a lot when I talk. You also really want to warm up your hamstrings really well, you know what I mean? Because it just really reduces the risk of your injury, because being injured sucks, because then you can't really work out as great as you can, if you know what I'm saying. So the leg curl is really good. Same shit with the adjustments. Your knee should be at the axis of rotation. This pad should be back here. I'm falling. Should be back here. And this zone, the zone of optimality, right here. And that's it. Difference here with that machine is you want to keep your back arched and your chest out. So you don't want to round it back because you're curling your legs. You want to be doing this. You want to be doing this. This gets you a better contraction, and it just looks better. So as you can see here, how low this shit is. You don't want to do this because there's a high risk of injury for doing this. Let me lower the weight. Do you see how low this shit is? And then when I come up, this is my legs resting. Now notice that compared to where the machine is resting. So if you have a lot of weight there, that shit can easily injure you. So you want to raise this to where it's just slightly, just very slightly pushing down on you from its resting point. If that makes sense. All right, now I'll show you the exercise. So you just get down, make sure your back is arched, make sure you look pretty, and just curl your legs.
Everybody say it with me. That ass. That ass.
Same thing with the leg extension. You kind of want a higher rep range here. You're gonna get too far from the camera. You kind of want a higher rep range here, just because it's a really good isolation exercise. Oh shit, it's squat time. This is gonna be, I'm gonna do a lot of talking now because there's just so many variables when it comes to this. First off, you want some loose shorts, clothing, pants, whatever you're wearing. As long as you can do this and not have any like restrictions, not get that butt tear, you know what I mean? You want some shoes that are flat. Converse are good. I personally, sometimes I'll use these, but I personally just like to do it barefoot. Well, not barefoot, but like just with my shoes off, because I feel like I get a better base when I don't use any shoes. If your gym probably doesn't let you, just fucking do it. Just say, I let you do it. They'll be like, who the fuck is that? They'd be like, oh, it's some dude. He's nobody right now, but in a few years, he'll still be nobody. All right, so then the bar height, you want it slightly below shoulder. So if you get up to the bar, it should come across like your upper chest. And if you get under it, I'll show you. So you get under it and you stand up, you have a good gap here when you're trying to unload this bar. All right, so you got good clothes on, you got good footwear on, the bar is at the appropriate height. Now we're gonna talk about your form, which is the hardest part about this exercise. This is the highest injury risk exercise, but it's just so great for building your lower body. Again, if you have bad knees and this just doesn't work for you, just work around it. Do a leg press, do lunges if you can, stick to machines. Just if you can't do this because of your knees or your back or something, just find something else. It's not worth more injury to yourself just to do this shit. Your health is more important than this shit. sometimes. Anyways, your form is critical here. You're gonna have the bar here. We'll do the most basic foot stance, and that is, here I'll show you at this angle, that is slightly past shoulders. You see my feet are a little, my shoulders are right on the inside of my feet. So my feet are just slightly outside of my shoulder width. And your toes are like, not straight, they are slightly outward, like that. So it's like a V, like a slight V, right? So this is your stance. Just like with deadlifting, you really want to have your heel planted, which is why you really want flat shoes or no shoes. You want to have your heel flat on the ground to make sure you don't like your leg doesn't move forward or back, and you get a better contraction in your legs, and it's just safe as fuck if your heels don't move. So your heels are planted, you have the right stance, you have the bar here, and then you just come down. Your knees should not go like that, because if your knees come, here I'll show you in this angle, if your knees come forward, that means your heel comes up. See that? And then you're on your ball of your foot, which you don't want to do. So your heel is here, and your knee does not go past your toe. So you'll do this, right? See, my knee is still behind my toe, and then you just lift. Here, I'll show you with the bar now. Actually, I'll let my good friend show you with the bar. His name is Yogi. Show him, Yogi. At no point in your incoherent lift did you even come close to anything resembling the lift I was trying to demonstrate. Everyone in this gym is now stupider for seeing that lift. All right, so you want to make sure your center on the bar. An easy way to do that is just like with the bench. You use your thumbs, and that way you have a good space between your hands. Use your thumbs, close your fist, kind of come up to the bar. That way you know where your center is, and then just get under it, and there you go. Now you are completely centered in this bar. And as I explained before, you get your stance right, make sure your heels are planted. Depending on like your shoulder restrictions, you might want to go a little wider with your hands. This is about a width I like to use. And then you make sure your heels are planted, and then you just fucking lift. It's like this. If at any point you have any knee pain or like back pain that just doesn't feel right, try to maybe widen your stance a little, possibly shorten your stance a little. If none of that is working, just fuck it. Just don't do it. Injury is not worth the lift. It is better to be consistently lifting than to lift a shit ton, get injured, and not be able to lift at all. To get swole to shit, consistency is key. The longer you can stay in the gym without injuries, the better your physique will be long term. So, because I know you just started lifting, or maybe you haven't, but you're just like, fuck it, man, fuck this pain, and you push through it, and then you just really fuck yourself. And now you're just kind of like, shit, man, I shouldn't have done that. Now I can't train for a week or some shit. So it's better to not just lift all of that weight and to either like, all right, step away or lower the weight and be able to work out tomorrow. That's a lot more important than you breaking a new goal. Fuck that. make sure you're still lifting. Next up is the leg press. If you're getting a lot of knee or back pain from the squat rack, this is a really great alternative. I mean, it's not as great as squats, but if that's what you have to work with. It's also good on top of squats, say in conjunction with squats. You do squats, then you do this, you have an amazing leg day, and you won't be able to shit tomorrow morning. You'll be like, you know what I mean? This particular machine in this undisclosed gym fucking sucks. The angle of the press. So here's your foot, right? And here's the angle of the press. The angle of this press is too far back. So it puts a lot of tension on my knees. So this one sucks. So again, if you're using a leg press and you feel a lot of tension on your knees, it's probably not you. It's probably this shitty leg press. So just be aware of that. To demonstrate the leg press, I'll have my great friend Billy Bob. Show him.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
All right, so I'm gonna show you this exercise, even though the angle sucks with no weight, but it's the same concept, even though the angle isn't correct. It's gonna be just like squatting, where you get your feet about past shoulder width and slightly outwards, like a slight V. And that's it. You unlock the shit and you press. I already feel this shit in my knee. There's no weight on it. You want to make sure you get a good depth, because if you're doing this, you're not getting a good contraction. You want to come all the way down. Yeah, I know it sucks. You want to come all the way up. You never keep your legs, never lock your knees here. Never do this. You always have a slight bend in your knees, just like that. I was supposed to tell you that for squats too. I'm telling you that now. So, all the way down, or as far as down as you can go. Not almost all the way up. Keep a bend in your knees, and that's it. Another really great mass building exercise, edit that shit, is stiff leg deadlifts. These are almost the same as deadlifts. The difference is your grip is closer and you never bend your knees. So a normal deadlift, your feet are like shoulder width, your hands are like about out of shoulder width, and you're like this, right? You come all the way down, there's a bend in your knee, come all the way up. With the stiff leg, your feet are closer, about here. Your grip is closer, about here, and your knees never bend. It's literally just this. I'll show you. Your feet are super close, not like super close. Below shoulder width for sure, or inside shoulder width. Your grip is closer than normal, and make sure your back is always straight, arched, and you're always looking up, just like a normal deadlift. See, there's no bend in my knees. You really feel that stretch in your hamstring. So this would be a normal deadlift, like this, right? That's your normal deadlift. This is your stiff leg. Feet are in, grip is in, knees don't bend. Just like that. And that's it. If you like that video, there's gonna be another one next week. And then there's gonna be a bunch of different shit. If you like this shirt, you should buy one. This shirt is actually 2 years old, believe it or not, and it's still this fresh. You know what I'm saying? It's quality shit. So you should give me your money for sure. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your baby mama, and I'll see you next week.